Welcome to Coffee and Tarot with Mama T. My name is Teresa, and I am not camera ready yet today, but I wanted to, I thought I would just invite you along for the ride for my daily reading that I am doing for myself. I have already, my process is to ask my pendulum for a message of the day. And every day it gives me a message, and I write the message down. Then I ask my pendulum if I can get some tarot cards and some oracles to sort of flesh out that message. And of course, it always says yes. And then I ask my dice how many, I have my little dice here. I ask my dice how many oracle decks am I choosing, and then which decks am I choosing, because I have a lot of decks, and so I have them all numbered on little cards, and my dice help me to make a choice on which decks I'm going to be using for the day. So I always choose one tarot, and then depending on how many oracle decks, then I choose that, whatever that number is. So today I'm choosing, the Spirit has selected for me this tarot deck. It is the Witch's Wisdom Tarot, which I've used recently. It's a little bit, I don't know, there's some of the numerology on this one I'm not too keen on. I really love the pictures. I love the decks, the deck backs. But some of the numerology is a little strange. So I tend to use this more of an oracle than a tarot. But today, when I asked for the tarot deck, this is the one that Spirit selected. So I'm going to choose myself 3 cards from this deck, and then I'll choose one oracle card from each of the oracle decks that Spirit has selected as well. So I have been shuffling, and now I'm just going to cut the deck for 3 different cards. This will give me my kind of flesh out the message of the day. The pendulum message of the day was immerse yourself in spirituality, which I was super stoked to get that message, because that's exactly what I wanted to do for the day today. So we have those tarot cards. Before I reveal them, let's go ahead and do the oracles as well, and get those out as well. Now these 2 are both, I happen to get 2 new decks that I haven't used before, so they haven't even been shuffled yet. But I figure whatever we get, we get. The oracle decks that Spirit selected for me today were the Lightworker Oracle by Alana Fairchild. And that is this one right here. And then we have, this one is called, I have it listed with my oracle decks because it only has 65 cards on it. It calls itself the Psychic Tarot, and then oracle deck. And there's 65 cards in it, so I put it with oracles rather than tarot. So we'll be doing that. And then the other one is Into the Lonely Woods, which I've used before in my videos, and I love the imagery on this one, and I don't know why I love the card back so much, but I do. So let's select this one. This one has been shuffled before. And cleansed recently, so I don't feel a need to re-cleanse this one. I'll do one card from this here. See what kind of energy we have for the day along the message of immerse yourself in spirituality. Then on this deck, I will cleanse it with sound today, since my sage is not right here at my desk. I have some selenite that I'll set these on. Let those sit while I review the tarot cards. Okay, we get the Nine of Cups. So I will feel fully, my spiritual cup will be filled today because of that message of immerse yourself in spirituality. And being able to do that will definitely fill my proverbial cup and make me extremely happy. The next card that I get is the Seven of Earth. We've talked about this card before in a recent video. This particular card has a couple of, in the regular deck, which I have a preference to use that meaning on this particular, on Seven of Pentacles, is the, it's a card of evaluation. Evaluating what you've been doing. Is it working, and do you need to make adjustments? So that's the meaning that I'm going to use on that, rather than, that divine masculine, or the energy, sexual energy, or competitive drive that this particular deck chooses to define this card as. I'm going to use the typical Rider-Waite definition of that card, and that would be more along the lines of this right here. Okay, and then on this card, the last card that we have is the Council of All Beings. And this card, in this particular deck, it reads as sort of a combination of the Judgment card and the World. So I'll be making these evaluations on where I'm at spiritually, what needs to be adjusted, where things are going well. I'll make that judgment, and then I'm also going to be, I'm embarking on a particular class that I just started. It's a 12-week course of a spiritual nature. I'm very excited about it, and so I'll be doing some of that work today as well. So will have kind of a flavor of a review of where I've been, what I'm excited to learn going forward in the future, and then filling up my proverbial spiritual cup. This oracle, Into the Lonely Woods, the card that I receive is the Lonesome Gardener. So that kind of goes along with this Seven of Pentacles definition here. The Lonesome Gardener is the number 5 in here, and it means you are learning the joy of tending to something wild until it can become something giving and warm, just as you are now. Your care and attention have given something new the space to grow and become abundant. This is now reflected in your soul. Look within and see how what you helped nurture in the world is now growing within you. Where once all felt barren and unknown, there is fertility and connection. You turned away from the voice of the world and listened instead to the wisdom of the growing world. And because of that, all is blossoming and rich and verdant once again. You have made the wasteland a paradise. You have sown the seeds from which blessings can now come forth. Okay, I like that. That fits right in. Okay, now let's go ahead and use this deck. And this one is it's called the Psychic Tarot deck. It has not been shuffled, and I normally do a much more thorough job of shuffling when I have these kind of decks. But I'm just going to do a shuffle like this, just a few quick shuffles, just for the sake of the video, and just trust that Spirit will make sure I get the card that I am supposed to have, regardless. Okay, so let's see what we have in here. Get these mixed up a little bit. Okay, and the card I get for this particular deck is Disruption, the number 16 card. And that says, in this deck, it means a sudden, usually unforeseen disruption or major change is happening or is about to take place. Even if it appears, so this is like the Tower, even if it appears in a negative experience, it can lead to enlightenment or a total shift in your lifestyle. In traditional tarot meanings, this card represents the falling tower that eventually crumbles due to its weak foundation. Whichever part of your life you focus on, this is an opportunity to rebuild with a solid, positive structure to make you or the situation even stronger. So that is the kind of the idea of what I wanted to accomplish today, was to really evaluate my spiritual progress this year, spend some time preparing for that course that I'm just embarking on. And that will involve a little bit of, kind of tearing down what I've gone through this year, and where do I want to rebuild? What kind of foundation do I want to start with? All right, let's see what we have for this particular deck. Also has not been shuffled yet. Okay. This card is going to be Initiation by Air, the number 24. And this means, I turn right to it. You have a strong and powerful mind. The mind can be a great asset. It can bring comfort, peace, and strength as you take, as you to take your spiritual journey. That must be a typo. It can also be dark and destructive force, undermining your power, making you doubt your heart and keeping you trapped in fear. The mind, developed without a loving spiritual practice, can be a frightening weapon rather than a liberating sword. How will you choose to use your mind power? So there's a lot written in here. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this is Your mind is a powerful creature. Tame it with persistence, compassion, kindness, and strength. Give yourself rest and an opportunity to switch off and empty your mind as regularly as you can. There is no need to judge or despair. This is an advanced initiation and one that is brought to you only when you are ready. Consider it a sign of your spiritual progress. The world will benefit from you as you learn to handle your mental energies more constructively. This oracle is indeed an omen of greater peace and happiness in your imminent future. Well, I like the sounds of that, and that fits right in with the way I wanted to spend my day today. So I hope that this energy resonates with you as well. Feel free to take one or more of these cards into your day and ponder on it. And I will see you in my next video. Take care now.